live. It's super simple intro right there.
What's
uh,
up?
how you doing, Candy?
Oh, I'm doing great. Like, really, I got a lot of stuff going on. Leadership stuff, book stuff, life stuff, like mission stuff. It's just really, really cool. So,
You've been all over lately. I feel like you've been 10x conference, working on your book, being a real estate agent, leading a team, like everything. Like, can
going
only
to,
imagine you are just
I went to
going to
Dubai.
bananas.
I
Dubai.
speech in Dubai about smart homes. I'm doing a speech in Vegas on my the leadership course, the vision course, executing your leadership vision in real estate, right? And that's so exciting because I've never really promoted myself in a way where I'm like, let me get big first and figure it out all the way. And then I'm going to hire on and build this into something that I don't have to be in the shit 15 hours a day. I can train other people to do that and then grow teams and then grow with them. So it's like this really exciting time of life right now.
How was Dubai? I feel like that had to be super cool. Was that your first time there?
It's so amazing. Like, uh, everything there, the buildings were futuristic, the people's mindset, even conversations with Uber drivers, which they're all Lexuses in Dubai, by the way, every single one. There's like a rule, and they have to take extra classes on client care because the king there cares so much about tourism that even the Uber drivers are well educated. There was not trash on the street. I was blown away. I was like, this is not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah.
The breakfast, people, the food, it was all. I went to a Texas barbecue place just because I wanted to see, like, is it going to be like it? It was like it, but better. And they used the cornbread was more like an unleavened bread, so it was like this chewy cornbread flavored delicious nugget. And so I just
Damn. Okay.
that. Yeah, it was good, and the beans, like it was, they did a good job of replicating what it was. And then the 2020 conference in Dubai just happened to be going on when I was there. So I went and I got to see all the countries. I didn't get to get in everything; it was so busy. But I got to go in America. I got to go into oh my god, what was the other one? Anyway, I went into a bunch, and it was like just what they're doing in innovation and what they're doing
Was
in
it
art.
about what the countries are doing in innovation, or what was it all about?
Yes, what each country, what they think is their best thing to show the world. It's your chance. Here's your expo. Go. And it was, some of them went real artsy. Some of them went real like solar power, water power. What was the thing that made their country special? And it was really, really, really powerful and cool. And I can't imagine that city is not going to be there forever. And maybe they can do this again to bring again in 5 years what new innovations are coming around the world. And it's just
Yeah.
beautiful. Mhm.
That is so cool. So you got to do that recently. The other thing that I really want to touch on too is the 10X. You got to go to the 10X conference with Grant Cardone.
Yes.
I've only dreamed of being able to go and attend that so far, but I will make it happen.
Yes.
But so far, I've only been able to dream of going. So tell
I
me a little bit about that. Who was the keynote? What was the energy like? Like, give us the
keynote.
recap.
Where's my fucking hat? The keynote, the main thing was Trump was the first speaker. I don't care
Was
your
it?
politics. That man's a business genius, and I wanted to listen to what he had to say. And the best thing I got out of that, he was deciding his brand was growing. He bought Tiffany's. He owned the air rights to Tiffany's, right? Um,
Didn't
he had
know that.
rights to name this Tiffany Tower. He could name it and use the clout of Tiffany's brand, which at the time, who was Trump? What was Trump Tower? So everybody kept giving him advice this way, that way, this way, and he was very torn with what he was going to do. And then he went to his mentor, the person who is his thought leader, like the person that's like, give me what mindset I need. I need guidance right now.
Did he
And
say
that's
who that was? That should be like the secret nugget right there, right? Yeah.
might have. I don't know. I was too enthralled. I was just like, just because I'm going to listen to how he decided to build his brand and go big or go home on it, right? And he
Which is a
said,
massive brand. Yeah.
today, right? But he
Mhm.
had to make that decision. So his mentor said to him, I will tell you what to do. when you change your name to Tiffany, name it Tiffany Tower. And that's all Trump needed to hear. And he built Trump Tower because his business was good. His family was doing good. He's like, okay, why be complacent? Why not be
Yep.
bigger? And let's see where we could go with this thing we built, that family's built, this mission this family's on to do good for our future, right? So it just gave me this, what is that called? Permission, I guess, or whatever. I put my face on a
The
truck, huge, right? Buy or sell with me, use this truck for free. That turned into a moving company because the first time I showed up to drop off the truck so they could use it, they were so excited I was there to help that they were just bubbling. And I was like, yeah, the guys will be here in a minute. And I called some guys and I was like, get the fuck here. We're moving out today, now. So I start walking in and we start talking about packing and stuff. So when I saw why and I felt why they were so excited, I was like, this is something I need to go with it because everybody hates moving. Everybody hates packing. Everybody hates cleaning. Everybody hates getting their house ready to stage, painting walls, cleaning baseboards, any of it. So I integrated that into my entire business. And that's what you get with my commission. So I can show my value to you. At the same time, put that moving truck to work when it's not working for my clients so that I charge a rate. So I know what rate I charge. So when I say this to my client that's for free, it's this value
There's a
earned.
value. Yeah.
It's called earned value, and that's an earned value. So do I get people are like, how do you fight people who want to break down your commission? And I was like, I can show them that I should be working for 8%.
Mm, mm. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
And
So for every client, can you explain what you do there? So you bought a moving truck.
mhm. I bought a moving truck. I saw Bubba Hunt. I have to give clout always because that's the right thing to do. Bubba Hunt. I was Tom Ferry, Tim Ferry, whoever that was, coaching called me. And I was like, well, give me an example of one of your top agents. Like, who's a success story? And they gave me some names. I called all those names. One of those names was Bubba Hunt. I was like, hey, Bubba, what's up? I I heard you sold 300 houses your first year in real estate. How the fuck? Because I sold 50 deals my first year and everybody's losing their goddamn minds. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, just to put in perspective for people not in real
Yeah,
estate,
6 exit.
50 is amazing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, incredible.
Is fucking insane. Right. He goes, well, I used to sell cars and I got tired of being a car salesman. And I took my brand that I built with car salesmen. Imagine that you're running through 30, 40 clients in a day, possibly. That massive brand, I took that, I used it. I told them I was a realtor. I bought a truck. I put my face on it. Buy or sell with me. Use this truck for free. And now I have a rolling billboard. I kept that secret inside of my heart for like a year. I was like, it's on the plan. It's on the
Yep.
business. It's in the vision board, whatever the fuck. Oh, sorry. Sorry about the F's. Oh,
No, dude, drop them all day. I don't give a shit. You're good. Yeah, you're good.
sailor of a sailor. I'm a sailor raised by a sailor raised by a sailor, and I was an athlete. So there's really no hope for me. I'm just
My mom's little in her car right there. She's gonna be embarrassed I said this, but oh well. It says, I am a very strong, successful, independent woman who says fuck a lot. That's what's hanging from her car right there. So
I have the one.
drop them.
Yeah, I was in the military. The cup says Foxtrot, and it says what it means. So fuck off. Basically, Foxtrot. Blah blah blah.
Gotcha.
The Fox out of your
Gotcha.
anyway. So what I was just trying to say about Trump and the impact that I got from that was I got validation, and I'd already had proof of concept. But I was like thinking in my head at that moment, I was like, do I promote real? Because this is the company I've just joined that I really get behind. They're like second to market, EXP national platform where all realtors, all real estate businesses are going. And when all the kings of all the different brokerages in a state have to decide who's the top king or the emperor, and everybody else doesn't get to be designated broker, they can't do what the national platforms can do. So
Mhm.
anyway, innovation, right?
Yes,
I
yes.
was deciding whether to push their branding and not put my face on it or put it on it. There's my answer. And
So
then,
you're a big proponent of personal branding then?
yes, my mom, let me give you an example. This happened 2 days ago. My mother, 65, sorry, she'll kill me, 62 years old. So she will kill me. But she told me the other day, we're getting to know each other in a different way. I'm going through a divorce, and she's lost my dad 7 years ago, and now we're kind of regrowing together as like new people. But she says, I was rookie of the year the first year I worked for CUNA Mutual, and not just the rookie of the year, but I was the top salesperson. I was like, Mom, why don't I know that about you? Why, when you came to my Rookie of the Year award ceremony, did you not share that story with me and how we could relate on that level? How did I not know I probably got my sales skills from you? And I always thought it was dad until this moment right now. I don't know. I'm like, I'll tell you why. You live in the shadows. That was your place. It's not fair. It's what society expects of the mom, to not be loud, not to be intelligent, not to be whatever. She's a good mom. Great. Awesome. Woman power, right? No. Lift her intellect up, her wisdom up. She had stuff to share with us girls that we got from her, thank God. But we didn't sing her praises when we should have,
Mm, mm.
you know?
Yeah, you were telling the story wrong. The whole time you thought it was your father, but really
Ex
probably all came from your mother. That's incredible.
Imagine apply that to what you think you know
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
What's been told to you wrong, you know?
I mean, dang. Like, all right, so hold on. What did you speak on at this in Dubai? Did you drop heat like this? You're dropping some heat right now. So, what were you speaking on in
I
Dubai?
will be dropping heat in Vegas.
Okay. What's going
Nelson
on in Vegas?
quoted, and Einstein is quoted, Rosa Parks is quoted. A lot of people are quoted because I'm giving a speech on the vision course, your how to execute your leadership vision in real estate. And so I'm applying that to my leadership vision, which is I can use success in business to make a difference in this world and pave the path for people who couldn't get there if there wasn't a path,
Hmm.
period.
Hmm.
So that's the speech that's going to drop all the heat. I'm super excited about it because it's kind of what my book's about. Like, I've been down and out. I've been down on the ground. Done, 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 done. Right. I made $14,000 that year, before $16,000. I don't want to be quoted wrong or whatever, but the year before I got into real estate, I had been a police officer, top of my class. Think about this. My president failed 2 tests. If he failed another one, he's out. So he couldn't be the president. He needed to focus on studies. So they elected me the president. I'm not strong, but I'm strong. So I picked him up and I threw him over my brain, and I went to his house every single Sunday and I gave him a personal study guide. And then I took that study guide to the class because we have it. Why not share it with everybody? And by the end, everybody did that. Right.
Hmm.
So I took my leadership position there, just like I take it here, because it's becoming one, to where it's a team. We're not fighting each other. We're all trying to pass the police academy. I don't care if
Yep.
my grade is a 71 and yours is a 90 fucking 8. We both get to wear a gun to work now, don't we?
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Stop competing, start collaborating, right? Like that's kind of the.
that guy, he's going to go into the back room and he's going to do reports and he's going to be a detective work or whatever. But I need those guys that are going to go run into the building. No hesitation. But maybe they don't take tests well. There's a value in everybody. And if they want to do good, you want to be a police officer and do good, please, God, let's get some more good people in the police. I love the police. We need them. But the stories that I hear, the stories that I've experienced, and I was the police, they're hard to swallow. So
Yeah.
regardless, I feel like that's my leadership vision. See what I see is wrong in the world. Be authentic with what I say and I do.
That's
Right.
big.
If I feel something's not right, I not just don't do it, but I say something about it. I talk
Hmm.
to other people. "Do you think this is not right? Do you think this is not right?" You know how many times the people will do the right lead. I tell my son, this is the start of the speech. "What's a leader, son?" And he's 6. The person that will always do the right thing, even if they have to be the first one to do it.
Mm.
And I'll
Mm.
give you a quick example of that's truth. I'm at a busy intersection. The lady in front of me broke down. People are swerving, honking, everybody's pissed off, right? I'm like, she looks, I mean, I'm guessing, assuming, but she's probably stuck and it's not her fault. Let me jump out. Jumped out of my car, my fucking Mercedes. Jump out of my Mercedes, little old me. I'm in a dress. Are you okay? Are you, oh, you're broke down? Okay. What you gonna do? Put it in neutral. I'm gonna get behind you. I'm gonna push. And she goes, you think you can push this SUV by yourself? I'm like, I'm not gonna have to do it alone. Just believe
Yeah,
me.
because 'cause you're the first to do it.
I
Oh.
literally got out and I get myself behind it. I'm ready. Let's do this. I'm gonna push this fucking car. Right? My mother, 62-year-old mama, gets out of the car too, takes the other side. We're gonna help this lady, right? 6 men get out. Don't push us out of the way. Get in between us and help us do what we needed to do. When I came back to my car, being protected. I left $100,000 car in a bad neighborhood running, and then we forgot, and we sent mom back halfway through. Regardless, somebody stayed there and made sure my car was okay. People were clapping.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, the world's on your team. People don't realize it.
Want to do it? Just
It's
show
a
them
big mindset thing. So
it
many
is.
people think with I think there's something called paranoia, right? And then there's
Mhm.
actually pronoia, which is where paranoia is where you think the world's against you and you have this fear that people and things are against you, where pronoia is actually complete opposite of where people you truly believe like the world is on your side. And so you think with that almost delusional optimism to where everything starts working in your favor because you think that way.
Because that's what you believe, but that's manifestation. You just named
Yeah, yep.
just named something I didn't understand until right now. I have
Look at
prono
that. I taught Candy something. Look at that. I feel like I'm a G today. Look at that.
pronoia. I'm pronoia as like
Me
I'm literally
too. Bad.
people are like, how do you walk around? With people who know my story, how do you walk around? I'm like, because I know the end's fine.
Yep. I'm the
I know it.
same way.
There's no
Yep.
other
That's
I get
amazing.
it's fine. I got it's fine.
So,
It's
I mean, talk to me about your book. Like you're starting a book. So hold on, we got to recap here. You
mhm,
sold 500 homes in 5 years. So I just want to drop that first, which
mhm.
is unreal.
Yes.
Even though homie did 301. I mean
But
that's
that I
crazy as shit, but
is insane. And what he did, he built the brand first. So that's why we were
mhm.
talking about why personal brand is so impactful. Think about that. He took a car salesman job. You a nurse? Are you a teacher? You go to church? Do you like cars? Do you love building homes? Are you good at volunteering, fundraising? Do you like to drink? Do you have a bar you go to? Do you play cornhole? That's mine. Do you play
Yeah.
softball? What the fuck ever you do, you don't have to niche down to one thing. The
Yes, I hate
more
that. That's where
involved
so many people right now are doing. They're like,
every
niche down. You gotta be niche, niche, niche. I'm like, dude, I am not niched. I'm not a boxed in person. Like I'm not at all.
me, be me and do everything. Any
Yep.
opportunity that is towards your mission, it will get easier after the first little bit. If you
Mhm.
believe in yourself and you believe in your goal, you believe in your brain and your reason to why you think this is successful, you can rebut everybody's negativity. You know, there's a song I'm on right now, and I do that. I like rap. It's High Road
I don't
by
think I've heard that one.
Fort Minor.
Oh, Fort
So
Minor. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Throwing it
he re-
back a little. Is it it's not new, is it? It's an
it
older
might,
one.
either it's old or new, but it came into my life, right? And
Gotcha.
literally goes, hold on, these people, wait, trying to convince me that I'm running on empty, that the record with Jake was a fluke, that the record that I'm making right now is a mistake. Let me tell you what I'm at with this. You bastards are gonna have to take back that shit. I'm not plastic and fake. When I make tracks, I take facts and lay them out for the masses. You assholes are gonna see soon that I'm not playing and start asking me the names that I'm not saying. But I'm trying to be bigger than the bickering, the petty name calling, under the breath talking, rumors, and something
You got it. Look at
patience. Yeah. And
those words.
the words, if you just like listen to them, you meet your people. So I like
Mhm.
that song. I post about it. Somebody says good song. I'm like, you're the one.
That's your
Hi,
tribe. Right.
you feel me
Yep.
right now, right? You feeling me? And it's so exciting to finally live in that life of an open mindset of you're right. If you feel like it's a good thing to do, you're right. Go do it. Go try it. What's the worst that can happen?
Mhm.
Be back on
Yeah,
the floor. I did it
oh
before.
my gosh, look, the background of my phone literally says, "What's the worst that could happen?" That's the
Oh,
background of my phone.
oh my God, stand that up. Hold on.
Yeah.
Here's
Hopefully I
our
don't
video.
get no weird text I hope I don't get no weird text messages.
Well, hope not. Don't open the private
Uh.
box, please, God. Take I don't know. I'm taking the brain and the background, like, trying to take over the
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly. So let's talk about the book. The book is coming out when? And what is this book about? Like, talk to me about the book and what inspired it, 'cause that's awesome that you're starting a book here.
I'm tired of everybody not being everybody looks at me and what do you see? Just who am I as a person? Am I affluent? Am I come up in middle class? Like, what do you
Off rip, I think you're extremely passionate. I think that I could see the art in the background, but I also follow you on social, so I see you're very artistic. I as well am artistic, so I know what comes with that up here.
right?
So I mean, I don't know. It's a little bit different.
I
I don't
feel
know. What
like
do you want me? What do you want me to say?
because I was going to tell you there's one of two things. You either attracted to me and want to be in my world, or you dislike me because you don't understand what it is, right?
Right.
Authenticity helps that, and that compulsion to do, and you if you believe so hard that I believe that I can change things for a lot of people just because I can say it. And maybe I had to go through everything I went through in my life to be able to say it. But there's a line in my book that is very powerful. And it says, I jumped into a volcano and I flew out of Phoenix.
Mm. I
So
think you wrote that the other day. I saw that.
I faced my fears. What's the worst that can happen? Let's fucking see.
Hmm.
And you know what the worst that happened was? I went through some bad shit I need to do because I have not lived I've lived a life of being a attractive woman, looks good, talks good, smells good. I have a lot of opportunities given to me because people just want to be in my presence. I'm lucky, right? I also have passion and compassion and empathy because I grew up in a trailer park. My mom, sometimes when my dad was out to sea, would feed us potatoes and hope we didn't eat them all so that she could have some. Like I came from nothing, but I'm living my life where I've built it and I'm allowed to, you know, and and I'm not guilty about it or anything. You know what I do? I fundraise. I raised $53,000 with the YPN with a tweak on a tiny tweak on an event that we already had. I added an actual celebrity round. We banged it out. We made so much money. We're going to do it again next year. You know,
Hmm.
like don't be afraid of your greatness if it's there. And that's kind of the book is that especially the line that my mom told me that she was the rookie of the year and not just that but the top salesman. I would be screaming that from the rooftops. Be on my Instagram page. I'd be making TikToks about it because that's me. I'm like, this is fucking amazing. I'll be in Dubai. I'm like, I can't believe I'm in Dubai because I still
Yeah.
have that. I still have that innocence of wonder and like wow because I feel like I'm a new person after I got strong enough to divorce my abusive husband and to be strong enough to be me even if people look at me sideways because I put my face on a truck.
Hmm. Mm.
If you're pushed to do that shit, do that shit. If you're
Yes.
if
Yes.
you're pushed to make a difference but you don't want to do that shit, go get involved in the church or in volunteering or go be a big brother, big sister. Take your success and your education and plant it on one child that then can bring it to 10 and then 100 and then whatever. You know?
What's the
That's
title of this book?
hard candy.
Hard candy. Okay. Now, is it be hold on, let me just guess what it's about first. Is it because you act hard on the outside, but you're soft on the inside? Or what is hard candy? I'm just winging
No,
it.
it's basically the process of making hard candy. Like from young age to figuring out my place in the world through athletics and through like example in the book is when I went to a high school in Highland Park, Illinois. They had a cafeteria. The sitting rooms were on both sides. All the affluent kids, because Highland Park has a lot of money sit on this side and then the kids from Fort Sheridan where I lived and then Highwood the lower income houses we all sat over there and I just think it naturally happened because society sucks. Well, I wasn't raised that way And so I became the captain of the softball team the first year I was there because I came from the East Coast and we knew how to play ball. So I was a captain. I had friends, and they asked me to come sit on their side, and I said no. You want to sit with me? I'm sitting over here where I've always sat, where I'm expected to sit. So these are my friends. These are my people. Come to me. You know what happened? They came.
Mm,
And if I made a little change in that high school, a little eye-opening fact that maybe they didn't even notice. And that's not on them. It really isn't, unless you point out the things that are wrong and you do it consistently, then people know who you are.
got
So
you.
so
Got you.
that is it. It's just like every little the not the whole life story, but the examples of the things that make me how I am today, that allowed me to think of the systems and the automation and the process of not focusing on leads first, but focusing on value.
Mm.
Everybody wants to get leads, get leads, get leads, and then they get one. They're like, "Fuck, I have one. What does the contract look like? Let me look at it. Shit, I don't know anything." So instead, because I came through in transaction coordinating and saw what a shit show everybody was, I focused on that. Yeah. Like when I saw that I did 20 deals in 6 months and someone says that's insane, I was like, what?
So you started as a transaction coordinator.
Yes. Right after, so I had my baby. We literally had to sell. We moved into a house. I quit my job. We moved into a house we couldn't afford. And we're starting to take credit cards out to take electric bills. And so we sold that house, sold my retirement, and moved to a little house. And I decided to get a job. So I started working at home, transaction coordinating. My son had colic, so it wasn't a bad break to put him in daycare. I'm not going to lie. That was hard. So
Yeah.
6 months I stayed home and I was like, I ain't doing that. So did that, saw mistakes, left and right mistakes, or I was just like catching them. So then I'm like, I'm gonna go be a realtor. And then got my license. I literally pumped milk in the break room during realtor school because my kid was 6 months old. So everybody's out there talking. I'm in there studying vocabulary, like wah wah wah
Yeah.
wah. And then take the milk
Uh,
out all weird, like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put this milk that came from my body into the freezer. I'm so sorry."
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
"I'm sorry." I'm like, this
I can only imagine people are like, "What the hell's going on? I'm at real estate school."
I
Yeah,
literally bought a little zippy bag to put the milk bag in the zippy bag so nobody would feel weird about that potentially having some kind of
that's so funny.
it's the most beautiful thing in the world. Like, if you drank this, you would probably look 10 years younger. So, you know, put it in the freezer. We won't talk about it, whatever. But I sat my ass back there and listened to vocabulary, so I got extra educated.
So that's what's crazy is you started as a transaction coordinator, got your license. Now that experience as a transaction coordinator helped you bang out transactions as you got deals. Is that kind of how it happened, or what strength
Yeah,
did you get from transaction coordinating and transitioning into?
sounding like a fucking G. Not one person asking me if I was new.
Mm,
My realtor was my realtor who got me the TC job, also was my mentor. Becca Riccardi is her name. And she has a platform. Her business model is she has so much business that she has showing assistants. She pays an hourly wage. And I happily took that. I'm like, me. And I worked for her so good that I she saw it. She's like, "You're doing amazing." And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm doing 6 open houses a week because I had this drive that I have a child and I can't afford my house. So I'm doing 6 open houses a week. I'm putting my kid in daycare. If he's in daycare, I'm out there making money. I don't care what it is. And this is before social
yeah.
media, or before I got into social media. But I did get into social media because I did those open houses, but I didn't waste my time. I did open houses. I did virtual open houses for anybody else for COVID. I did go on every single buy and sell page in that zip code and surrounding areas and post every listing and post every open house. And I did a video of the house and I did a Matterport of the house. So I just did it better because I was watching podcasts. I was like, this is my life right now. I can take a year and get there. I can take a month
So
and just
you
be
never had to get over the fear of getting on camera or anything like that because you actually went in with the mindset of my back's against the wall and I'm gonna claw my fucking way out of it. And so that's what you did. So there was
Oh,
never a fear of, oh, I'm gonna get on video to send this, or was there?
let's correct this. Scared to death. Okay. I when I started, I was like, okay, that's as good as it's gonna look. Just send it because we need to get this out in on time. But the social media part of it, I started doing videos, just videos for my listings, like, hi, welcome to this house. And they went really good. And then I walk around and I'd say something. I wouldn't say like, as you can see, this is a toilet.
Yeah.
Toileta in Spanish. You know what I mean? Like I literally was like, if it had bright light, if it had you watch HGTV, you know what the people want, whatever. Like new chandelier, upgraded fixtures, like something that they wouldn't see that they can't see on the pictures in the MLS, like this
Mm,
community is, if it had a lot, I would send my video guys out and take videos of the park and videos of the overhead of the whole community or whatever, just like make it, you apply the big money listing marketing on every home.
yeah. Yep.
Live. Cost me
And so many people
$100.
don't do that.
It doesn't cost very much, okay? It costs
Yeah.
$150 for professional videos. You can do your own video walkthrough, and I have done that, or you can hire somebody and say, "Yo, can you record me for an hour?" And then go
Right.
and splice and make yourself a little B-roll. It's not hard. So don't think it's this big giant thing like, "I need to have this setup, that setup." Just start doing it, and then
Mhm.
you don't even know what people are gonna like yet. Throw
Right.
spaghetti on the wall. Whatever fucking
Yes.
noodles stick, these are the guys. Take those, boom, focus. Boom, focus
Yep.
more. What else? Which platform's doing me the best? Don't get off the others. But when you make your content, you make it for that. So TikTok's my content, right? I make TikToks and then I film it in my phone. I do it in Canva. Canva will adjust the ratio correctly and schedule it for me. Hmm.
On TikTok, huh?
TikTok, Instagram, maybe not TikTok. I know Instagram, Facebook, and my YouTube. I can schedule all of
Yes.
that.
Okay.
I'll have to
Cool.
look at this TikTok, but I usually make it for TikTok, so it's in my drafts and it just goes. But like the other
Yep.
ones, I just, if anybody is not listening to your phone or your podcast, they should fucking be, because here on TikTok, if you want to not have to record it outside TikTok because you like the filters on TikTok, screen record that shit and do this. Where is it? See, I get value. Watch. Create. Okay, we'll just do one. Okay, I'm gonna give a little, what do we call this, tutorial right now live on how you can use your phone to cross content on all platforms quickly.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so you do that, you hit next. Click the box. See this? I'm gonna give a little. Okay, click the box up top here, right? Tutorial right now live on how you can use. Then screen record that motherfucker. Use your phone to cross content and let it play a couple times. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna give a little, what we call this, tutorial right now live on how you can use your phone to cross content on all platforms quickly. Good. Okay, boom. And then you stop your recording. Stop. And then you go to your gallery. And you have it with no logos.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Because right now, a lot of times what happens is people will do it, they'll download it from TikTok, and then it has their watermark on it. So that's how
Watermark
you can avoid.
wrong. Like
Yep.
it's like you don't want to do that all the time. So take the nuggets. Don't just go with one, because you do want to take different, they want you to use their, for the algorithm, they want you to use their camera. Sometimes they want you to go live, they want you to do, so
Mm,
they want you to have different videos. So I never put the same writing on one, and I usually shorten one or add something to it, like a picture at the end, inside of Instagram when I'm making a reel based off of a TikTok, so that,
gotcha.
it's like you're utilizing their tools. You're not just completely,
Right.
you know what I
Like
mean?
copy paste kind of
Yeah,
over.
it's like boom, boom, and the same words, because the people in TikTok don't want to hear words. They want to laugh. They want to be educated. They want to know you, right?
Mhm.
Instagram, they like a little bit of words, but inspirational words. Instagram.
Yep,
They
and what
love
I find with Facebook, like, if you bring Facebook into play, Facebook's just like a big old sphere, way to influence your sphere. So you almost could just copy
you do.
paste it on
You
your.
do. You do. So you take the same content, the words, the caption, you apply the caption to your audience. So then you take the same one, you put it on Facebook. Facebook likes a lot of words. They
Yep,
like they like to read every word of every article. So you just go crazy on Facebook. You just go and say
yep,
what you want to say to everybody, all the people. Those are your real friends.
yep. Yeah, that's why you'll notice. Yeah, you post a photo on Instagram, you get no comments. You post a photo on Facebook on your page, and it's just like, dang, there's my auntie, there's my friend. Like, all these people coming out of the woodworks.
There's my love
They
I
gas.
deserve. My peeps, like
Yeah,
yes,
they'll gas you up. My Facebook audience gasses me up.
that's right. Facebook, if you want to go feel good, go on Facebook. Ask for a prayer. Like Jesus Christ, like that was funny. Anyway,
Love
but like
that.
literally one time I was in the hospital with my kid and he had just had a seizure, unresponsive, this baby, and I'm laying there at 3 in the morning, like I need people. So I post. I'm like, I don't normally do this, but it's 3 in the morning. I'm about to lose my mind. This whole story happened. And it took me like an hour to write it because that gave me something to do. I post it, 300 comments, 70 phone calls, like all kind of text messages, three, four, five, six all day long checking on me. If I did it on Instagram,
Yeah, it ain't the
I
same.
didn't know my phone number. They didn't know I had a kid until right now. They just, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Other people know
yes.
my kid was born and tell him happy birthday. So,
So needless to say, social media is probably, like, your big platform right now for
yes.
marketing, right?
And I'll tell you why any business it should be right now.
Mhm. So if you
Uh,
could only choose one to focus on for marketing, would it be, like, one avenue? Are you picking
YouTube,
Instagram?
YouTube because I'm growing it, and I would if I had to give one up for the other, never get it again, I would pick YouTube.
Okay,
I just haven't built my
okay.
YouTube yet, but if it was based off of right now today, I would do Instagram because that's where I get a lot of my business. I get a ton of business out of TikTok, and that's my love. But if you're talking about business, Instagram is where I push business. TikTok's where I push me. Like I'm
Got you.
cool, I'm money, I'm a G, I'm smart, I'm whatever. I can do all that there. Nobody judges. Like it's the
Yep.
less judgy one. So if I had to give it up for like if I was going to be locked in the house and never work again, and I just had the one to reach out to people, I would choose TikTok.
Got you. Got
Mm.
you. So you focus on one avenue to focus on your marketing. You said YouTube, or would it
Yeah,
be Instagram?
no YouTube, 100%.
Why?
Because YouTube is it's the best way to get your information out to people who are looking for it. If you're a business and you just say, write down, follow yourself around for a day in your mind and say, okay, what do I do today? What have I done today? Okay, I wrote a Benzer. Cool. Got a meeting with a listing. Awesome. Da, da, da. Now write those three things down, whatever it was. Go make a video about that. You're creating your content library for the future forever, and you're the expert. So when somebody types in Benzer question or what the heck ever, your name pops up because you're the only motherfucker posting about Benzers.
Yeah.
You don't have an
Yes.
audience
Okay.
to comment and like. You don't have to do anything. But you produce a video that is valuable, entertaining, or impactful. I think those are the three, right?
Yep.
And you just
So
leave it there and it lives. And if you got one comment in 2015, but then I write a book in 2022, how many more views am I going to get if I have a whole library as being nobody?
mhm. Yeah, see, that's I think you're kinda nailing on the head there. It's the SEO component of YouTube. It's great because it's not like blogs are like written form or any articles written form. So when you go to do a Google search, most of the time you're getting written form content. Now everything's a little bit different now, changing, but YouTube you're getting like creative content, a video.
How many
So
words, do you know how many words you're allowed to have in a YouTube description?
drop it. What is it? It's like
Thousand. It's
yeah, it's stupid.
stupid. I literally transcribe my speech and I put that in the motherfucking description because how many times are
Yeah,
you
because that's massive for SEO though. That's what a lot of people don't realize they could be doing.
Well, what people maybe don't know, and this is what I'm finding, SEO, if you want to define it, search engine optimization. Okay. I'm scooting back so I can show you my fingers. Google sends out some spiders. Okay. And they're out there
Web
collecting.
crawlers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like looking for words and tying people together. So the importance of being consistent, even if your message is differently given, the message itself is consistent, is because they're like, oh, she's talking about real estate here. Cool. Dug it. Okay, she's also on a podcast talking about business and being an expert in real estate. And then she's got blogs and she's got podcasts and she's got businesses and other people are tagging her, all related to real estate. So then that's how they decide who's the best person to give to the person that they're looking for. So if you're so big that any keyword that pops up, even if your keyword is not as described as somebody else's keyword, because of the totality of your experience and brand and this web mind, you're the one that gets to get pushed out first. So you don't have to pay for these things. Consistent
Mm-mm.
message, consistent mission, and authenticity, and just do it. Go do
I
it. You're
love it.
already doing it. You're already
I
doing it in
love
your
it.
day-to-day work, right?
So
So
let's talk about this 5 years where you do 500 transactions, right? I feel like you probably talked about this a gazillion times, but I want to
no,
get your perspective on a few things.
yeah, I
So
the 50 and the 50 in the first year when people mention that, I'm like, huh, here's it. I literally send an interview link there. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Like I'm so far and above beyond that I expect my agents to sell 50 houses their first year. Like
I love
following
that.
systems, and I made it easy.
So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about is how you've made it easy. So
Okay.
talk to me a little bit about that. That's what I want to know. That's kind of where I was going with it is what discipline, what
I love.
processes are you putting in place?
So when I started in real estate, I told you I got busy pretty fast. I didn't sell a house for 3 months. Then I sold one. Then I sold two. Then I sold three. Then I sold four, five, seven, six. I had nine in the pot. I was like, okay, all this I have to do for all of these is a little. And I was blessed with a accidental transaction coordinator job for a second. And so I was like, wait a minute, duh, idiot, like go make yourself one of those. And then I literally said, my brokerage has a basic structure of what is to do at every transaction on a folder. Okay, so I started with that. I wrote it all down, checklist. When you type in the address, the client's name, the details of the contract, the agent's names, the closing date, and the acceptance date into my system, it populates when everything's due, 185 different things in a transaction, and my clients are able to see that so they know where we're at in the transaction, and it keeps them inside. I want to be their realtor forever. So we're building in sorry, this is all like happening. We're building in the way that we do it already, but we do it slow, snail mail, basically. We're building into the thing where it pop up automatically based on a date, based on the closing date that they send out an email. Oh, welcome to your first year of home ownership. How'd you like it? Do you love
Mm,
it? Here's a link to the top 10 things you should be doing on an annual basis to your house to keep it up to date or
mm.
to maintain it properly.
So you're creating a whole like as soon as they become a past client
As
journey.
soon, no, no, no. As soon, that's where people miss a whole bunch. People miss that. If somebody comes to you and they end up renting, but you've made a relationship with that person by providing them a value, first of all, don't dump them when they want a rental. You know what they're going
Mm,
to need to do after that rental? Buy a motherfucking house. If you drop them on their face because they didn't want to buy one and you're so upset that you wasted your time on this valuable product, a person that feeds your brand, go find them a rental. At least at least look it up on the MLS and say, hey, here's a Facebook page. At least do an effort. How's that going? Oh, I maybe even make couple phone calls for your client, even though you might not make that money until a year from then. They're still valuable, and show them that. So I'll help find a rental. And you know what happens? They now live in either an apartment, a rental community, or whatever. You know what people do out of rental communities? They move and they talk to their
Yeah, they
neighbors,
make friends. Yeah,
friends.
exactly.
When they need a realtor, maybe that person who's never ever going to buy a house has given you 4 referrals because their neighborhood is that way. Think
Mhm.
bigger. Think bigger and just think value. And how would you want to be treated? Would you want to be
Yeah,
dropped in
that's the thing is so many people don't serve anymore, like, you have to service people, you have to help people. Like,
100%?
that's yeah.
And they
So
see it. And then they recommend you. Tony Robbins talks about raving fans, right? You
mhm.
want to be a raving fan? My first listing came because my lady went to an open house. She was a secret shopper. She said, I love your energy. I need to sell my house. Can you come over after this? I'm like, damn, yeah. I never wrote a listing contract. You know what I did the rest of that open house? Research her house and what a listing looked like in real life. Went over there, got the listing. She didn't have a lot of money to update. We needed rocks in the front yard. It was a violation of the HOA. I was like, you got 150 bucks? I got a strong back. We
That was your
had
first listing?
That was my first listing. We dumped
And
rocks.
you went and helped her dump rocks?
She dumped rocks in a pile. I had just laid rocks in my front yard. I just gravelled it out. I just did the same thing. I was like, well, that took me about 4 hours. Like, let's get this house ready. She couldn't do it. She was a little bit older. She was moving to an active adult community. So I had a buyer, a seller, and a buyer, right? If you need rocks, let's go. Shovel rocks. And she's out there like, I can't believe you're doing this. I'm like, why? Don't we need to sell this house? We need to sell this house. Isn't that our goal? And that's just innate in me. And if I can feed it to other people to make it more innate, that's what you do. Because then that person, I still talk to her from 5 years ago. Sold her
I
two
mean, I
houses.
don't know how you couldn't. That's, some of the best service any real estate agent has ever given, period, in history of being a real estate agent. Like,
That little one moment in time turned into my staging company that I now give for free. People, when I say walk into a room as a realtor and you know what you think in your head, you need to do this, and this, and make that go away. You know, okay, bye. Come back, you're like, why didn't you do anything I said? And they were like, we did it. We spent like 2 days doing it. Like, what do instead, I say, when I do a listing, I'm like, look, we're in this together as a team, and I have a team to come in and help us take stuff to donations, put in the garage, move around, paint, do little odds and jobs, clean, all this stuff. So if you want to be a completely hands-off seller and just say, here's the keys, I'm like, cool, bet, let's go. I'm painting walls, I'm moving furniture, I'm utilizing my truck to the most advantage. And people see that value, and it's become an all-in-one
so
brokerage.
let's break that down a little bit because I think a lot of people that hear that are gonna think, "How?" So, like, from a cost standpoint, everything, how do you make that happen?
Let's talk about cost.
Yeah,
My average price point is $3,000, $300,000.
okay. That's same as my market, that works, okay, great example.
My commission that I charge is 6% for the full package. I don't know if everybody charges that, but we do. So I I break that down. $9,000 at the end of the day is my standard commission on a $300,000 house. Okay. At the beginning of my career, I made it very clear to myself that if I could make $4,000 on a deal, it was worth it because I went through a shit show on an $89,000 house and I didn't make hardly any money. And most of that money was given to make the deal happen. And so I had to decide if my time was more well spent on focusing at a higher price point. So I did. And 4,000 was the number for me, right? I think the value that I give, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot more work to be put in stuff. And at the end of the day, the money that we make as a whole is the whole career that we've built and the experience that we're gaining from the things we don't even make money on. So I'm not saying we get paid too much. I'm just saying when I see a need, if necessary, I fight hard to do it. It cost me $30 an hour for my guys. Okay. I spend an hour consultation with my staging manager, Erica. She gets paid $50 an hour. I do an hour consultation, tell her what I need. She schedules her day. I schedule my hour at the end. I'm still there at the beginning to say what happens. I have somebody I trust and believe in to do the work. I have guys to help her. I come back and double check and we finish it up together. If she has any questions, we have a full hour before the photographer gets there to do the pictures. So we've systematically laid it out in a way that it only cost me 300-400 bucks. How much do you pay to realtor.com?
Mm,
How much do you pay to anywhere that you're trying to drive business to your business?
mm,
Why not spend money on your business and your value
mm,
instead? So when I tie all of that into it comes in my commission, that's because that's how I earned it. I didn't earn it because I just put my sign in your yard. I earned it because I actually helped you sell this house. And I told you, yeah, sure, we could put a sign outside right now and not do any of the staging bullshit that you think's bullshit. But I can show you right here with comps, you're gonna get $20,000-$30,000 more if you let me do this house. So I've learned to feed people through the process of this. Get in the house, look around. You have a beautiful home. I love all your things. It's so homey, it's comfortable, whatever it is, whatever they're putting off. Or, or don't you worry about this house because mine looks the same. I got 3-year-old, a 6-year-old. I work 14 hours a day, and my maid comes once a week. So, yeah. So I relate to you, whatever it is. Don't like make people feel comfortable because you know it doesn't bother you. Let them know it doesn't bother you. Say, okay, good. We're gonna sell this house. I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna take all this stuff. We're gonna organize it. Throw this in the garage. Boom, boom, boom. And I say, we need to. When I'm suggesting the things that I'm gonna be suggesting here in a minute, I'm looking at it with my realtor eye as somebody who's seen thousands of houses and listened to thousands of buyers say what they think about a home. So, what better experience to direct dress this home than me? So we are also looking at this as your equity. And when I can show you, you can make more money by doing these things that's free for you to do and not getting offensive because it's professional, it's not offensive, then we can grow your equity and sell it faster and market it better and get you a bigger egg from what you built in your investment. Because this home is an investment. That money you put down on this house, you invested in your family and also your financial future. Because now the money that we're in here, we can grow it a little bit bigger before you cash out of your investment. And that investment is going to take you into the next home. So, reason you don't argue with this unless you're just, if you argue with that, fine, put a sign in the yard, sell this thing, let's go.
yes, I love it.
But
So your commission's 9 grand usually, and then you take 5 of that you pour into the value because your goal is as long as I get here to 4. Now, if you stay within budget, then, more icing on top
well,
for you,
now
but
that
you're
the market's different, it's been 5 years, so that number is a lot bigger now because life is more expensive, the business is more expensive. I avoid. I provided the value to avoid the commission reductions and the
got
value
you.
of it, right? So when I saw what I usually had to do at the end of the day, and we all know it, people are being idiots about $1,000. You're about to close this bitch. It took you 3 months to get it under contract. I'm paying that $500 all day. And I tell my clients I'm paying it, and they're like, no, no, we don't want you to do that. We'd rather back out of this job. I'm like, no, no, no. Let me tell you. We spent 3 months looking for this house. All those hours, we spent 30 days in this deal, 10 days in this deal, whatever it is. We found you a house. You love it. You want to be here, right? Right? Do I say, is $500 of my own money that I'm making off this deal that if you can purchase this home, I'm going to make? Or do I say, let me give this gift of $500 so we can close this deal and everybody's happy? I don't have to go back out and potentially not find you a home.
Right.
And then we lose everything. So it's valuable enough to me to put my $500 in. But you better believe that I fought everybody tooth and nail for that $500. I try to get the buyer, sell whoever's fault it was. I try to get that. If
Did
everybody's
you
just,
start implementing all this in year 1? Like, is this what you did in year 1 that
this is what.
helped you?
So year one, there was no truck, but there was me, and I was doing that kind of stuff all the time. I was cleaning houses, I was staging houses, but I didn't have a process. Year two, when I had in vitro and I was working really hard, um, I bled too much. So they said if I come into the hospital again, they're gonna keep me there. And that's when I wrote an operating manual. I was like, okay, you're gonna need to be in a bed for 2 months at least, right? So I wrote my operating manual. I said, these are the pieces I can do from home, and these are the pieces I need a warm body for. And so I made what that warm body needed to do with instruction manuals and OneNote on everything they needed to do. And then at the same time, everything I did in my transaction side, I wrote a manual for that as well. After I had knowing I was not going to be pregnant forever. So after that worked, I hired somebody, body, because I love being a showing assistant. I was a free education, right? My people are here. Shoot. On a podcast. Sorry, I have a team training.
No,
Um,
no worries.
yeah, I lost my track. What was I saying?
You're
So
talking about in year 2, you, went
so
through, like, making the manual and everything like that, and you like to have people involved with you,
mm,
um
yeah, baby was born. I swapped that. I took the body side of things and I went back to it and I hired somebody to do the paperwork stuff because that's basically to me like $20 an hour things. You know, that's what I made. I made less than that as a transaction coordinator. So $20 an hour things I hired out the things that needed me and my face and my education and my brain. I did, and then I slimmed that down as far as it could go. Like when people need my brain sometimes to be able to figure stuff out, so I have to be able to be available for the team that I'm building. So I knew I was building a team at that point, and that operating manual became the job description, and
Mhm.
that turns into me being like, okay, now I have buyers agents. I've generated a lot more stuff coming in, referrals, and I do buy leads for my team to sustain them, not to keep them. I tell them this is sustainability, this is money, so you're not desperate. You need to build your referral, your brand. We're doing Instagrams for everybody, all that. But that tied into building the team all the way up until I lost almost everything, including my whole entire team. I had 27 transactions. I held it together with my systems and I said, now I can do this. Now I can be confident in my ability to lead my team into success, that I can start hiring people. And that's when I jumped onto Real. And now I have 5 agents and we're training in the process of training and getting their system set up so that they have a product that they can grow into being a team lead and push me up, because I know if we all go up, not me only, if we all go up, then we're going to be able to sustain the business of real estate forever.
I love that. I love that. Candy, thank you so much for your time today. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. And I feel like I'm ready to run through a wall now. You've given me some inspiration here.
Go
Yeah.
run through it. You might like it.
I
All right,
Thank you so much.